Welcome to another live stream with Chase 8. This is the Lonesome Dove soundtrack. Uh-oh, what we got here? Oh, look at that! It's early
day. It's an early day.
It's an early birthday. But look at this. You got me some treats.
I got a treat that you can eat, friend.
Ah.
Happy birthday to you.
No, Monday is my birthday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And look at this,
And
the Urban Cup.
Stuff for the rest of us.
Man.
You know.
Hey,
Regular
get
cupcake.
on the camera right here and show these
Yeah.
cupcakes off. Here, I'll bring mine up here, too.
Alright,
Look at this. Chase, you
You
just keep
guys,
chilling. Keep chilling.
I'm sure a lot of us here in Springfield know of the Urban Cup. I don't know if we can
Look
see
at
that
this.
on
Let's see.
camera.
Yeah,
No,
look at
is
this.
that-
Yeah, look at this. Let's see.
Yeah.
The light maybe is
Light's
a
too much.
problem. Yes,
I-
back here.
I don't know.
I just want to say
Anyway,
this.
Urban
See,
Cup.
this is one of the most beautiful cupcakes. Is it showing up? Is it showing
It
up?
is. It looks. It's a blurry cupcake. It looks.
I had this
delicious.
cupcake before.
I like my cupcakes out of
And
focus.
it's almond flavor, and I love almond flavor and lemon flavor. Thank you so much, Mike.
Well, it's dairy free, brother. Happy birthday to
Thank you.
Early birthday.
Thank you.
to
I will enjoy
and
this.
we get to eat, regular cupcakes for your birthday. So thanks
Regular
for giving us a
cupcake-
reason.
Heck yeah.
Free cupcake with every Wood Library purchase today. Compliments of the Urban Cup and your
Yeah,
friends
you
here at
better come
Kalen
in there and
Music
get them
Center.
now, because neither one are going to last.
Mm-mm.
That's
No.
right.
No.
Hey, I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about rigs of the past.
Rigs of the past.
Like rigs that we may have played. Let's see. Wait, we got Mike. What's Max doing? Max,
I
are
don't
you?
know.
Are you?
He's making us look better. Oh, look,
There you
we're
go.
high
Oh,
def,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, nice. Don't pay attention. All right.
Max
Rigs
got
of the
feed, sorry.
past.
Oh, rigs of the past.
I was this morning. Me and Jordan and Max were having a moment, and I was remembering a band I was in where I had a PV stereo chorus 212 sitting on top of a stack of milk crates, like 4 milk crates with a little black cloth draped over it.
Just to make it look big and tough.
Yeah, make it look big and tough.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. And I was like, man, that was one of the most
4 milk crates would support that thing?
barely.
That's impressive.
Yeah, barely, because it
Man,
was
they
a
don't milk crates,
heavy
make
amp.
milk crates like they used to.
Yeah. Do you remember like an old rig used to have?
Oh, yeah. Several.
Yeah.
My first rig that I started playing out with actually bought right here at Palin Music Center. The Vox Valvetronics. You remember when
Oh, yeah.
Vox decided to get into
I
amp
remember
modeling
that.
stuff? Well,
I absolutely remember that.
I had one. I played
Yeah.
that thing forever.
How you doing? That's my neighbor.
Hey. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, here you are.
Well, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
You getting along good? Have I been a good neighbor? I brought this weather back with me. Yeah, I am responsible solely. No, actually, I'm not responsible, but I have been praying for a mild winter. My prayers have been
There we
answered.
go.
Amen. Yeah. Absolutely. Good to see you,
I'd like
brother.
to consider you're probably like State Farm when it comes to neighbor.
Like a good neighbor. I keep my yard
I was thinking
clean.
more like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, but like if he had more energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you had a Vox Valvetronics.
I had that, yeah. And it
Yeah.
wasn't a bad rig, but,
Yeah.
like I said, I bought that not knowing anything.
Yeah.
And because it did everything, but
Uh-huh.
it didn't do one thing really very well.
I remember that, and it's
Yeah.
funny. I remember I had a Korg A4. We're doing rigs of the past. Comment below of a rig that
Rigs
you used
of
to
the
have.
past.
And this a Korg A4 was the early all-in-one effects processor, and it was compression, distortion, delay,
Oh, yeah.
everything. And I actually went through
Really,
two
they
of
all
them.
just acted more like forms of compression. They didn't do much past that.
It was. I think the coolest thing on there. It had an octave on there,
Yeah.
and so like
Oh, yeah.
I remember we had a song. The band I was playing in, we had an original where I kicked that octave on, and it was like, of course, all of my distortion was like 0 mid range. It was like bass, treble,
Yeah.
octave.
Nothing else.
Octave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? Rigs of the past.
I've had a bunch. Not all of them have I actually owned.
Yeah.
Nice.
My first rig, I borrowed a friend from a guitar, and then I borrowed an amp from my church, and it was a massive acoustic, like a brand acoustic, not
Oh,
like
yeah.
an actual acoustic amp, but a massive amp that I kid you not was like this tall, and I stuck it in the corner of my room, and I played that thing forever, and then eventually Mom was like, "You need to give that back to the church," and I was like, "Fine."
Was it BB King or Albert King? Somebody played through Acoustic Brand very famously. There was somebody that played through those amps.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm going to Google that real quick. Comment below if you know. Acoustic
But-
Brand amps.
Yeah.
I had that.
I had an
and
acoustic
then
bass amp.
Back to Lonesome Dove soundtrack.
I had like an Orange Crush.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
had like an Orange Crush 50. And then Well, let's see. I also was on the Pod HD 500.
Oh yeah, yep.
I had a Line 6, the rack mount version. My church got that with the floorboard. It was the Pod Pro, I think is what it was called. And I was so happy that day because before then I was plugging
Dan McCain
Line
says Albert
Direct.
King. See, Dan knows things.
Albert King. See, I knew that. Yeah, Albert
knows.
King had the acoustic brand.
That's awesome.
Before that, I was plugged in Line Direct with pedals. And these were all Boss pedals back then. You know, straight into the PA
Oh, yeah.
board. You know that sounded crispy.
Oh yeah. So my second rig, what's funny, when I wanted to upgrade and get into a tube amp, this is still not having any idea. And I was in a band at the time, and I was in here with my bass player. My bass player was like, "You need a Fender Twin," and I said, "Okay." And that was me demoing an amplifier, and I just bought it, not realizing the back problems and how heavy. I still say to this day, my right arm is about 1.5 inches longer than my left from carrying around my Twin for about 7 years. That was my go-to. Never got past 4.5.
Did you ever find
Got the stink eye when I got to 4 from everybody.
Did you ever
know.
find a good overdrive pedal that worked with that? Because that's hard on a Fender Twin.
Man, I mean, yes and no. I still just had no clue. I don't feel like I really gained an idea of how my stuff worked. I mean, we're talking maybe 10 years ago. Like I'm like, it all clicks, you know. I mean, my Tube Screamer has been on my board probably since about that time. I think I bought the Tube Screamer at the same time, and it's just lived there. I've went through so many versions. No, I think my best drive that I ever had, the Catlin Bred SFT. That is the Ampeg mod. That's the Keith pedal.
Yeah.
The more modern one that has the Stones or Stoner, which is like Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
So you hit a button,
Yeah.
it would go there for you. But
That's funny.
you know, I think I always wanted it from my amplifier, so that's why I kept searching.
So there's an internal bright switch on a lot of those modern blackface Fender amps, and actually, it's like resistor C11 or something like that.
Yeah.
And one day I got brave and I had a soldering iron and I got it hot enough and I opened up my deluxe reverb and I just unsoldered it, and then just put a little piece of solder there to jump the high wave tone there. Yeah,
The highway of tone.
And then that was a game changer for me because instantly it's like all of a sudden all of my dirt boxes sounded glorious through there
Yeah.
because you basically are going through 2 treble pots when you have that.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Well,
internal bright switch.
yeah.
Yep.
It was just too big. I had to get rid of it. I felt kind of bad that there was the guy who bought it loved it because I got fake blood all over it at a gig one time. We played Halloween, and we had a gig where we put up a screen like on the side of the stage, and a bunch of lights shine through so you'd see our shadows, and we dismembered a body
Nice.
behind the camera, and it had like blood flying everywhere. Well, it landed like all over the grill cloth of my amplifier, and it would never come out. And I was like, that's actually kind of cool. And so
Iceman
I
killed
sold it with a
before
bunch of blood
Iceman
on it.
kills.
The more you get to know folks on this
Yeah.
couch, you start to find out things.
Yeah,
what I mean?
just try to cut apart a body on stage. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the next podcast. Stuff that you've done that's weird involving music.
Phelan True Crime Division.
Was it a real body? Was it not? I don't know. Where's Tony?
MCIX.
Exactly.
My crime scene investigation.
Yes.
Nice. That's so funny. What's a piece of gear that you've purchased that you like? You're glad you did it, but looking back on it, you purchased it for just a really kind of either dumb or super off the wall reason, like buying an amp because it had blood on it.
I bought a Vox because I thought that's what I would really want. I bought a Vox AC15 with bluebells, and I was like, yeah, this is going to do the thing that I want. Did not do the thing that I want. Part of the reason why I also bought it is the guy's like, yeah, Tommy Two Tony used to own it. I was like 8675309 guy. He's like, yeah, 8675309 guy. And he was like, yeah. I'm like, do you have any proof of that? He's like, here's a picture of him with it. And I was like, sure enough, all right.
Sold, okay.
And then
They call
I
that
never actually
provenance.
authenticated that. And so I bought that amp. I used it for like 2 shows. And I was like, this thing absolutely hates any form of pedal you could ever put in front of it. It hates people.
Yeah.
It hates good times. And it hates pedals.
Hates children.
And
Hates puppies.
so I pretty much put the dust cover on it and did not play it for the longest time. And then I finally sold it like a year ago. And I was like, it brought me great joy to get rid of that amp.
And actually, you ended up getting a
I got
box.
what I actually wanted out of it.
Well, yeah,
A dream.
And you got the Bad Cat Mark Sampson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like hilariously probably more of the Voxy thing that
It's
you were
like if a
looking
Marshall and a Vox met at a Grateful Dead concert and got a little too frisky.
There you
Whoa.
go. Man.
This is kind of a PG-13
That's
show
good.
today.
That's good. That's
you know what I
good.
mean? Buckle up, folks.
Dismemberment.
So
Memberments.
Yeah.
we always talk about guitars we never should have sold. You guys have an amp that you shouldn't have got rid of?
No.
An amp
No.
that I shouldn't have got. You know what's funny? Oh, well, I was going to say really quick, a piece of gear that I bought. I had a midlife crisis moment, like right around 40. And this is a great guitar. I'm not besmirching the guitar, but you know how some guitars are great guitars, but it may not be great for you. Mm-hmm. Right?
You mean Stratocasters? Yeah.
Well, for me, I bought a Gibson Firebird.
Amazing.
I bought a
Really?
Firebird, yeah, and
Did you?
yeah, and I tried everything to make that guitar fit me. I even of course I put some Lawlers in it. I put the old Tulip style tuners on it because the ones it had on there with the Steinberg, which had 40-to-1 gear ratio, which means if you were doing drop D, you're going.
Hold on, guys. Give me just a second.
Right.
Just start the next
Exactly.
song. Be there. Then
Yeah,
Get there.
Kept it in tune, but I was like, nah. So I put the vintage style tuners on there. I did everything, like holding it and like pulling it out of the case was always like whoa, but like I tried so hard to bond with it, and I just kept going back to my telly.
I mean, don't feel bad. I think that's a Firebird thing. Like, it is one of those so cool guitars, and like I do the same thing.
There's
where
people that swagger.
There
and
are
have
people,
it.
and that's
Oh,
the
man.
thing. That's
They're
why
like
it's a
wizards that
deceitful
live in a
guitar
tree.
because you look
Yeah.
at other people play it. To me, that's how Strat is. It's like
Yeah.
I look at people play it and I hear it.
looks
I'm
so
like,
cool.
it's so cool, and like
Sounds
I
so
would want
awesome.
one so bad.
I wanna
and like
do that.
it'd be awesome. And then you play it, it's like,
Why doesn't it
like,
That's a whole other conversation. Finding the Strat. Yeah. What does Dan
Dan
say?
says amp I never should have sold was a 90s Ampeg
Reverb
Rocket
I remember
2x12. Yeah, something special. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, those were great
Man,
amps.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
bet that was about as heavy as
Sucker.
my twin, too, probably. Yeah.
I
I had a Vibrolux that I bought
Oh,
used.
that's a great amp.
Great amp. Yeah, I bought it. It belonged to my friend Sean, who sold it to my buddy Yankton, and then I did some carpet work for my friend Yankton, and he gave me a great deal on it with me fixing up his house a little bit.
Was it a reissue or the real deal?
It was a newer one, but it had some aftermarket speakers. I can't remember. I think they were bluebacks in there. They were really nice 210s. So I went from 212s to 210s. That's what I bought after I sold my twin, and it was great. I mean, it was the twin just like you put in the dryer. It had great reverb. It had great trim with the thing, hence the name Vibe, and I loved it. And then Supro came out. And I'm like, oh, I'm buying the Jimmy Page amp, and I sold that because I had no money to have two amps at the same time. Never should have.
Yeah,
It was awesome. It was one of those tools that belongs in the toolbox still that I
Yeah.
just, and it gone. And
Yep.
it was a great amp. And it belonged to two of my friends, It was like,
Yeah.
that kind of sucks. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, shoulda, woulda.
I had a R. Taylor acoustic.
Yeah.
And that was Bob Taylor's company that he started after Taylor Guitars, where he was building these really boutique acoustics. And I got it on a trade deal, and I ended up trading it for a Telecaster. Then ended up trading later on ended up giving to someone later on.
wow.
But I should have, I should have, if I'd had hindsight, because he quit making them because for reasons like but on the inside it had really interesting purfling on it where it was just, instead of being like a popsicle stick, it was just like one long strip.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. If you need to go, Chase, go for it. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a break.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Chase is
I
gonna move-
regret nothing.
I regret
my life
nothing.
is my life, and my experiences are my experiences. I wouldn't
That's
be
so
here without
punk
it.
rock.
Oh,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, Chase is the
Chase
Sid Vicious
Brush
of Halo
Ears,
music.
everybody.
That's right.
Mr. Brush Ears.
He's a Johnny Rotten.
He's a Johnny Rotten. He's a Johnny pretty good.
Dan says he goes, Firebird's my jam, man.
See?
That's the guitar I regret selling the absolute most.
Oh, really? You have one too? Well,
Well, yeah, actually,
Dan.
Dan's profile picture, or at least the picture whenever I call him on my phone, he's holding a Firebird.
Oh,
Yeah.
is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about you guys out there? You got any gear that you're like, man, I wish I would have held on to that?
Hey, it's
or
Patrick. Patrick Burnett. Hi, buddy. Hi,
what's
buddy.
he doing?
He's saying hi, guys. I need to. I got your email today, Patrick. I'm gonna holler at you here in a few when we get done streaming and dreaming, brother.
Where do you see his name on there?
He's two above Dan. Well, there's
Oh,
Dan,
yeah, I
Patrick,
see him.
Dan,
yeah,
Dan.
very good. Yeah. How about that?
Hey,
That's
guys.
awesome. Yeah, well, Patrick sent me a text the other day. Folks will often reach out to us and say, hey, what you got coming up? And if you ever want, that, little inside baseball, sometimes we can't give you all the details. But we can say maybe you ought to keep this date open.
You should probably not plan anything for your life during this time.
Yeah, me and Mike are always good for that kind of thing. Just reach out.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
folks.
we know stuff.
What's Patrick saying right there?
We'll tell you all we can tell you without getting fired. He bought a 1964 Fender Duosonic in '91.
Duosonic. That's like the kind of the offset kind of not mini, but smaller body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they were cool.
2 single coils, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool
What was
guitar.
the one that Courtney Love played? The Venus? No, it's the Venus. Never mind. That was a similar thing.
Yeah.
Some of those weird kind of.
Yeah, speaking of Courtney
Cool
Love and
oddballs.
Kurt Cobain, I saw that there has been that has been opened back up again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and what's funny is that I remember
That's
when that
heavy.
happened, everybody was like, "That man did not kill himself."
Right.
Right. And then now here we are, come to find out, maybe that was right.
Man, have you ever heard about the whole Weezer Nirvana conspiracy?
No, lay it on me.
Well, I just read about this today, but apparently it was a thing that happened in the 90s that basically Weezer emerged right after Cobain died, and supposedly Rivers Cuomo is Kurt Cobain after he faked his own death, cut his hair, put on glasses, and started singing prettier rather than like Kurt would. And there's actually even an interview with Rivers, who I don't know who he was talking to, was like almost like playing into it. He's like, well, no, that's not me, but if I was Kurt Cobain and did that, this is how I would do it, and then laid out basically Weezer's story. I think just to kind of give everybody a...
And like and Pinkerton is like their sort of in rainbows a la Radiohead kind of thing.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. So I don't know. I mean, Max is shaking his head. He doesn't buy it. No, I don't buy it
Max
either.
Walling's like, we'll have none
But
of those conspiracy
I have
theories
never
from you,
heard that
gents.
before, and they kind of have a somewhat similar look. Kurt with a haircut.
Yeah, but Weezer,
Yeah.
Weezer, maybe Max
learned guitar
Max
right-handed, yeah.
Max brings up some really
Good
intelligent
points.
comments. Yeah.
This is why we keep Max around.
Speaking of intelligent comments, Patrick says, man, he got it for $200 from the original owner, sold it on eBay in 2002 for $275, and then they went up to $1,200.
Oh,
man,
well,
yeah, you
like
know,
that.
that'll happen like that. So the moral of the story is just keep your guitars.
Just don't sell stuff.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
keep them. Hang on to them.
When
Yep.
she says, do you really need that many? You say, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the one piece of gear you're running in your house for? If like you could only the gig is burning down, you're running in your house for
Oh,
one
man.
piece of gear.
Well, yeah, okay.
Only one.
335, probably.
3 because your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just amazing. But yeah, also,
yeah.
it was a gift from my wife.
Same thing. My
Yeah.
telly. It's a gift
Yeah.
gift from my wife. So it's like
Yeah,
it's
well,
pretty
see,
easy.
I have two hands, so I would get my telly and my 35 because they were gifts from my wife. But if
So-
I have like a dog in one hand, the other one's going to be the 335.
Yeah, I'd get my Bad Cat and the
Yeah.
telly.
Yeah, I'm carrying a 2-rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
heavy.
That's it.
Oh, now I don't get my guitars. Oh, man.
Yeah, he just says just keep,
Keep
everything.
everything.
Here comes
Exactly.
old Ty Burns with. He
Yeah.
says,
Oh, hi, Ty.
"Shoot, dang, I'm ready for a good time." Well, that's
Well,
the
shoot,
right.
dang.
Oh,
So
yeah.
are we, Ty.
So we're talking about
hot dog.
tell us about what your old rigs were.
Yeah.
Could be drums too, Ty, or whatever you guys tell us about your old rigs, or if you had one that got away. If you had one that got away and you're like, dadgummit, because you never know, it could be on here. Stranger things have happened. Somebody could be like, well, I ended up with that.
So here's one that I always talked about. You've heard me talk about my Johnny Marr Jag that I had.
Yeah.
That was kind of like my guitar that got away. And it was such a cool guitar. He basically made it operate like a Telecaster, but had all the comforts of a Jag. It was a neat guitar.
All the comforts of a Jag, by the way. I've
Yeah.
never heard that statement.
Comforts of a Jag,
Yeah. Jag comforts.
Jag comforts.
Cool band
It's a
name.
good thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, it was just hard to rein in those Jaguar pickups. They have their purpose for what they do, but they're very, very bright. Some might say shrill. And I parted with the guitar because I couldn't just dial it in after I got my new Supro. Because it sounded really good through my Vibrolux that I don't have anymore at this point. And so, regretted it, blah, 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 blah. I remember trading it here for a Strat, actually, and then somebody who worked here at the time bought it, like, as soon as I walked out the door. So it was gone. It was gone for good. I could never get it back if I wanted to. But then fast forward like a year or so ago, I'm hearing some friends play at Lindbergh's, and there's a band playing there that I don't really know, but they were really good. And a gal lead singer, she had a great voice. She was playing not my guitar, but my Johnny Marr.
Yeah, that's so
And
cool.
you plug in, and they start rocking, and my ears start going, and all my regret that I had for 10 years instantly faded away because I remembered why I sold it in the first place. And I'm like, you know what? That's all right. It's a great guitar. It's not for me.
That's funny.
Make my ears bleed.
I'll tell you a real quick Jaguar story. So there was a brother and sister that came in, a little bit older than me, but around my age. And they came in and they said, hey, we got this guitar that used to be Dad's guitar, and we're thinking about selling it. What do we need to do? And I said, well, if you're thinking about selling it, when's the last time it was played? And it's like, well, decades. And I said, well, let's get it fixed up first. Yeah. Come to find out, this guy used to play with Richie Valens.
Oh, wow, yeah.
La Bamba.
The Richie Valens, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it was a Jaguar, and he had replaced it with some very, very early either Seymour Duncan's, or it may have even been very, very early, like early 80s DiMarzio pickups. But like this, like the pickups themselves were very, had the nicotine shellac of 1,000 bar rooms, right? And the guitar was amazing. And so anyway, Danny just did a beautiful job, as he always does, and he brought that thing to life. And so I looked at it and I said, man, oh man, I said, are you guys sure you want to sell this thing? Because this is not only a cool guitar, but surely there's somebody in your family,
right?
That plays, and just if nothing else, just maybe somebody's going to come along and they don't even know this is available. And they said, yeah, you're probably right. And I said, but before you go, would you let me play it?
Right?
And they said, well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
And so I sat down and played, and this is the coolest thing. It's a true story. I pick up his guitar, and a lot of times when you're playing a guitar, especially something like that, like I'm not going to play La Bamba because number one, I don't know it, but number two, I don't know, it just didn't seem right. Sure. But I just wanted to play something. I just wanted to play, and I wasn't thinking. And I just started playing, and she, the sister, the daughter, she put her hands over her mouth like that, and she had tears streaming down her cheeks, and she said, "That is exactly the kind of thing that my dad would just sit and play."
Really?
And I looked at her and I said, "Ma'am, you can't get rid of this. You need it. This is meant to."
There's the spirit in this guitar that has to be carried on.
Yeah. So anyway, that was a cool moment.
That's really neat.
Yeah. So what is Ty saying here? He says, "Oh man, my OG rig was a Squire thin line telly.
Well, yeah,
with a Timmy clone.
Yep.
Soul food.
Still need the soul food.
Is that NUX or Nux?
Yes.
Nux delay and a Hall of Fame reverb into a Marshall MG30 FX.
Original.
Oh, Ty.
Oh,
that's a rig, baby. Let's go.
Oh, Steve. Oh, man. Okay.
Steve. Okay, Steve's coming out swinging.
Listen,
read
here's
his.
my rig. Okay. 65 Princeton, a Mesa Boogie Mark II. Man, the two that got away, Tom Anderson, Adam CT, and a Cherish short scale acoustic. Yeah, those shouldn't have got away. But
when I heard that from Steve, this is what Steve said. He said, "This is what I hear when Steve's talking about his rig right here." Oh yeah. This is one of the greatest grooves in the history of grooves.
So good. This is all a vibe.
This groove right here. Here it comes. And this is Steve. This is Steve Portman to me. What do you think the BPM is on that?
5.
5.
Yeah. See, right there, it's 5.
Buddy Waters, Mannish boy.
Yeah. Talk about being a fly on the wall when that gets recorded. I mean, I just want to be the guy in the background going, "Yeah, that was a good time. That was a good idea."
Yeah.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah. That the recording of that on The Last Waltz, the band. Mm-hmm. So if you've not ever seen The Last Waltz, it's the band, take a load off, and that band had been on the road for maybe 17 years, 18 years, something like that. They've been on the road for a long time. Played with Bob Dylan, played with everybody. I mean, and just a tight, incredible band. This was their last show. They were like, "This is it. We're done."
Yeah.
And so they pulled out all the stops at all these amazing guest artists, everybody from Eric Clapton to Muddy Waters to Neil Diamond, Joni Mitchell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Van
Morrison was there. Yeah, that was my friends put that on the Thanksgiving weekend, and it was awesome.
There's a group up in Columbia, Missouri, does a great job with that too.
It's pretty classic.
But if you haven't seen that, when the thing about the Muddy Waters performance is when he comes out, Martin Scorsese did all the cinematography. When he comes out, they were burning through the cameras because this is a long show, and so the camera motors, they were literally having to replace the motors. And so in that moment, there's only one camera working, And Martin Scorsese, like, talks to that guy. It's like, you got to stay on him. And what's funny is how that misfortune ended up turning into art, because it just adds to the intensity.
All you can do is
because
look at
it's
Muddy.
he's just the shot, and
just-
then the rest of the cameras start working by the end of it. And when it ends, it kind of goes back to a multi-camera view where they're able to cut between. But until then, you just have the intensity.
Of Muddy Waters.
And it works because it's just this relentless groove. Boom, 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 jump. And he just kind of keeps chugging away.
Sure do.
Man, let me check my calendar real quick.
Let's see, it's February.
I beg your forgiveness, pardon. It's Happy New Amp Day!
Day! All right, it's a new amp day today, y'all. Big deal.
Congratulations, Kevin.
Heck yeah.
Kevin just got a new Mesa.
Oh, freaking sweet.
Man, when you get a new Mesa, you got to go home and you got to turn that
You
thing
just
up.
don't dance, you boogie.
That's it.
I mean,
Turnt
Turned up. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that Muddy Waters performance? Because I love me some Muddy. Like, he might be my favorite blues guy.
Ooh, that's a good conversation. But
It
keep going.
really is. No, so him, and it's a older Muddy, later in his life, probably in the early 80s, and it's him in Chicago at like a
The
tiny
band,
club.
Chicago? Oh, no.
No, in Chicago,
Oh, okay.
like the city, where
Yeah,
Muddy hails from.
Yeah.
Tiny little club, and it gets playing with him, and it's just, it's me to Max is Muddy Waters, and there's these big long tables set up, and all the Stones come in, like they're on tour in Chicago, and they know Muddy from way back in the day, and so the whole band comes in, the girlfriends and everybody, and within minutes, he's like, Mick Jagger, get up here, Ronnie Woods, give me Keith, and they all were up on stage with him after a while and playing with Muddy, and it's like the most intimate concert, rock show you've ever seen, and him and Jagger doing Nanish Boy together. It was super, super cool. But I
That's
couldn't
cool.
help. And it's a killer show. You can find it on YouTube. The whole thing is fantastic. But I can't help but feel bad for the Muddy Waters guitar players, because they're up there, they're rocking, they sound good, and it's like, okay, here Keith. Okay, here Ronnie.
They probably still
They
got
played
paid.
2 songs. Maybe, yeah, they probably did. But they're like 2 songs in. They're hot, and they're pretty much done for the night because they have to pass up for Keith and Ronnie. Understandable, but
That would be a little
It's
bit
a-
of a bummer, especially
Yeah.
knowing you're recording. However,
can I play with them? No, give them your guitar. Oh.
Yeah, you have to
Okay.
believe if you're on tour with Muddy Waters, expect the unexpected. Hey, Christian,
Hey, Christian.
I see you, buddy.
But
Christian, you're supposed to be working right now.
Get
Turn
work.
your volume down. We don't want you to get in trouble. You know what I mean? We're over
we'll
here-
keep it PG. It's all right.
You're over there talking about Muddy Waters.
Stones, they wanted to be Muddy Waters. That's
Muddy
why
Waters
they have that.
invented
That's why they
electricity.
had that set up with the 2 guitars. The piano had
Yep.
to be part of it. Mick or Brian had to be playing harmonica, and they ideally their sound was, well, let's just do us, but we want to be Muddy Waters. If we come close to that, cool. And so yeah, so you add in the Chuck Berry rock and roll. All right,
Chase Brashears.
Trace Brashears
Chase Brashears, ladies and gentlemen.
selling stuff that dreams are made of, ladies and gents.
So
That's 2 Mark V's gone in 1 week. And
Man,
that brings
it's a
me
Mark
so much
V.
joy.
It's a Mark V.
I don't do math, but that's a Mark 10.
It really is when you just look at it like
know?
that. Yeah, that's why Mike's the leader of this outfit.
This is why.
That's
or
it.
is it a 25 because it's squared?
Yeah. Hey,
I'm gonna have
who's
to
your-
lay down on that
I,
one.
I realize that you might say, well, Nate, I'm not really a blues guy, but who's your favorite blues guy out of the blues guys? If you need to think about it, take your time. Mike said Muddy Waters. That's an excellent
Oh,
choice.
that is a great choice.
Now I think Robert Johnson might be my first love, but my true love is Muddy, I think.
I think for me, it depends on if we're calling what I would say like modern blues or more traditional. Of like, obviously you can't go wrong with BB.
No.
But I do enjoy Stevie a lot. But I'm also
Stevie
I love
Wonder?
Gary Moore.
Gary
I love
Moore.
Jeff Beck.
Oh,
Now, is Jeff Beck a blues guy?
No, that's one of the things where it's like
Yeah.
I consider him like blues inspired, but he's not who I consider to be.
Yeah, I'd agree there.
Yeah, yeah.
But like Gary Moore falls more into, no pun intended.
Max is over here saying Howlin' Wolf, which is also the correct answer.
Ooh, that is a good
Yeah.
answer.
Dum, ba, da, da, da.
And another guy that gets overlooked a lot, Taj Mahal. Because
Taj
he was
Mahal.
about a generation after those dudes, but still from like the late 60s, so he had the rock and roll side of it. But his early stuff is greasy. And it's
Did
awesome.
y'all ever watch the movie Sinners?
The new one?
Yeah.
I know. I
haven't seen
want
it
to see
yet.
it. I know what you're talking
That
about.
was
It
my
looks good.
favorite movie of last year, and that was really cool. Like the music was super good because
Yeah.
I mean, it is that very original sound of blues and stuff.
It's like in the 30s, right? That
Yeah.
set. So yeah, I mean, that's when the blues are being invented, more or less. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to spoil it, but there's a very important guitar player that features.
I already know.
I know you
Okay.
probably do.
I
but-
don't.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't spoil it.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
But like it was actually a really cool. I'm sitting there watching it, and then the end of the movie rolls up. I was like, I did not expect that to be the result.
That's cool.
But great movie, great soundtrack.
All right.
Definitely recommend it to it, and it definitely made me was like, maybe I should buy a Resonator.
Oh,
Maybe I should buy a
man,
Resonator.
I had one, and it was just an awful one. But I want to get a good one.
It didn't resonate with you.
No, well, it was electric, so when you played acoustic, it sounded fine, but the electric part was just a stupid humbucker, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
So there was no cone sound, there was no organic tone that you buy a resonator for out of the whole thing. And so, Fender made some great electric resonator guitars. They didn't sell well. They
Actually-
don't even make them anymore, but they have the round neck one. You plug it
Yeah.
in, and it had the piezo underneath the cone. It sounded great.
I thought
$800.
Gretsch, in my opinion, took what they were doing and really ran with it. I know Fender owns Gretsch.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, but I really liked those. I'm going to say this, and I know he's not a blues purist, but as I'm sitting there thinking about who do I listen to, like consistently, like their body of work that is a quantifiable blues guitar player, right? Mm-hmm. And then Eric Clapton. Cream. I'm sorry, but I like a lot of his stuff. I love. He's a
understand it.
great songwriter. I love his voice. I love his playing. What's funny is that
But do you like him as a person?
there's periods. Never met him. There's periods of, but maybe I will one day. There's periods of his catalog that I'm like, I don't like that as much as the other stuff. Like for me, Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs, like the Bell Bottom Blues, that era of Clapton is primo.
Yeah.
I also love his like Let It Rain, like all that sort of that Derek and Domino's era for me is awesome. But as far as my favorite blues guy, man,
Ooh, I changed my answer.
Derek Trucks.
Ooh, man.
I changed my answer because he doesn't really. He's blues, and I don't ever think about it because it's such a Texas blues kind of, but like Billy Gibbons. He's
Billy
my guy.
Gibbons is a fantastic
He's my guy.
choice.
He's one of my favorite guitar players
That's a
ever.
great answer.
And definitely inspired. He writes more of the blues music that I care for, where it's like it's got attitude, but it's like take even the album Tres Hombres, where it's like you have
Album's
beer
so
drinkers
good.
and Hellraisers, where it's like
Yeah.
that's a rock song. Like that's
Yeah.
a good honky tonk time. But then Jesus Just Left Chicago.
Oh, that
Great
song
And
is so cool.
I think an underrated song.
Talk
of that
about another
album,
slow groove.
No
Hot,
kidding.
Blue, and Righteous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that song.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So when ZZ Top was here last time, me and Quinn and his brother Shay went to go see ZZ Top, and
I was there too.
you were there too. This was before you worked here.
Yeah, me,
That's
my
awesome.
dad, and my wife.
Yeah, and we were talking about what song do we want them to play, and I was in my mind hoping that they would be just a three-piece. But I think there was some tracks there because there were some things that I heard that I was like, I don't know how they're doing that.
They definitely had, and I mean, they've been doing that for years though. Like, cause I mean,
Yeah, I'm not throwing them under the bus.
no,
I'm
I mean
just-
that's
I'm
the
just-
hard part
yeah.
with ZZ Top is
Yeah.
like when it gets into the '80s era and
Synth
even the '90s
stuff.
stuff, the synth stuff. Either
Yeah.
one of them sacrifices playing an instrument, or they have a backing track, and it's like. But it'd be cool to have another musician there, but it's like it's also one of those bands where I'm like, these guys are like 80 dudes, or 80 years old.
Yeah,
Like,
and I
do
want to
really
circle
care?
back to what you just said because there's something there. But Shay was like, I want to hear Hot Blue and Righteous, and I wanted to hear Cheap Sunglasses because
Yeah.
especially that little that da-na, woo.
Oh,
woo,
yeah,
woo.
that's-
I love that part. 3-piece bands. I've really been into here this lately. Like
Is it
thinking
because
about
you're a
like
three-piece
great
band?
3-piece bands. Yeah, because I want to my next musical project. I want to have a 3-piece band, but one that
Two wings and a drumstick.
completely slipped under the radar that I forgot about. Me and Jordan listened to him on the way back. King's X.
Oh,
Dude.
yeah. I fell down that rabbit hole again the
Yeah.
other day.
Dogman. You talk about a 3-piece band like doing some serious activities.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Rush. You can't
Yeah.
help but bring up Cream.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about 3-piece band, like 3-piece band on the record, live. If
Yeah.
you can't do it with
Primus.
those three, Primus.
My new favorite, Krungbin. You forgot about them. Trio from Texas.
They don't have any extra.
So they've just started adding an auxiliary like lap steel or table steel player.
Really?
On live stuff. But in the studio, Mark Spear plays, I think, everything there.
Gotcha.
And then when I saw them too, like Laura, their bass player, they set up like a bass synth now too, where she'll go and kind of mess around on that for a second. But when I saw them live, it was it and no tracks, just the three of them.
Foo Fighters were a three-piece for a while.
Yeah.
Also true.
By the way, Government Mule.
Nirvana.
Early Government Mule.
Yeah, early Nirvana.
If you haven't listened to early Government Mule, Warren Haynes, Alan Woody, Matt Apps,
Yeah.
that is a just monster three-piece band.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey,
Man.
it's the Friday before Valentine's.
Go celebrate your
Yeah.
shines.
Yeah, boys, real quick, what are you doing here for Valentine's?
Well, I'm gonna work, and then my wife and I are gonna enjoy some Thai food.
Wow.
Yep.
This is how much you
Because
and I are
you
like.
guys tied the knot.
Well, we were smart and kind of had a Valentine's date last Saturday, so we didn't have to arm wrestle for reservations.
Yeah.
So we went to Avanzari last week and had a great date. But so yeah, tomorrow since I got to work, just come home, eat Thai food, drink some champagne.
Easy peasy.
I don't know, watch
Yeah.
the Terminator.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Love it.
I don't know. That's
So-
not that part.
Romantic movie.
My wife and I are actually going out this evening. Hopefully it's not too crazy.
Ooh,
But we're not going anywhere like super highfalutin. You know what? You might laugh, but there's this great
salad
little
chick? Oh.
no, there's this great little Chinese place over here at Corner 21.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I ate their leftovers on Monday because we
Dude,
got us week. Yeah.
Listen to this. Now I know y'all are gonna give me a hard time
Oh,
on this,
man.
but I got this alpha gal deal, and I can't have delicious food all the time. But they do a fried tofu.
They do what?
A
Oh,
fried
yeah?
tofu. I know.
Man.
No, I'm big enough what you're laying down.
Yeah, and what they do is they batter it in the batter that they do the rangoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the batter is like kind of all around it, and then you bite into it, and it's like cream cheese, and then they put vegetables and stuff. I had that, and it was so good. My wife goes, "I want to have that again." I was like, well, "Let's come back here.
Yeah.
And have us some fried tofu."
They do that with they got a dish called the hot crisp fish that my wife is obsessed with. I think it's the same kind of batter. It's just like hot crisp fish. It's just like little fried pieces of fish, and she'll like lose her mind over it. If I say it, it has to happen. So I can't whisper it to her unless I intend
might
on
have that.
it's unreal. And then they make their Szechuan chicken. It's kind of like the chicken version of it, but just it's hot, it's spicy, it's greasy. It's
By the way,
delicious.
Corner 21, if you're
So
listening to this
delicious.
commercial,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
I think the
Corner
four of
21.
us, I mean, we're pretty cheap date.
Well, what's cool about Corner 21 too is like, I mean, Springfield, we are the mecca for Chinese restaurants. But
true.
this is like straight up.
It's
China.
actual authentic
You're not going to
Chinese
go
food,
get
not
your
American
China. You're not getting your
Chinese
cashew chicken there.
You're not going to get
getting-
cashew chicken,
you're
but
not
they will
getting
give
your
you chicken with
standards.
nuts,
They will. They'll put cashews on a plate with chicken, but it's not what you think.
slightly
it is.
begrudged. Yeah.
Yes. So no, if you want like a taste of actual China, man, this place is stupid good.
It's really good.
Go adventurous because there's some different things, but
There are. That's why I liked
be
about it.
ready to get your adventure pants.
Corner
on.
21.
Corner
Yeah, don't go
21.
tonight because I don't want it to be crowded.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, go tomorrow.
Yeah,
right.
save some for Nate.
Yeah.
It's his
What are
birthday
you
on
gonna do
Monday for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
The
We
sake
got a
of
show
Pete.
tonight.
Oh yeah, you're rocking and rolling,
Yeah.
boys.
Hey.
The Pretty Lush is rocking
Pretty
at
Lush.
the Fungin.
At the Fungin. Music starts at 8. There's a
Man.
costume party. I will
Oh,
not
we got to
reveal
get
our
Max
band's
off of here. I
costume.
just realized he's got to go ship some stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, what's it like working? So you and Josh are in this band
Yep.
together. How is that? How is that dynamic? Because you guys are working together and you're in a band together. Are we-
It's
so
great.
far,
I got to make sure they have the night off together all the time. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike hates it. But what
We
about
hired
you?
a guy who didn't get sick.
Yeah. Shane's watching this at home.
Sorry, Shane. I love you. Hope you're feeling good. Oh, he'd be off today anyway. It's fine.
Yeah. By the way,
But-
I see your Robert Cray comment, Steve. And
Oh, yeah.
Robert Cray, Time X2. That is a awesome song. Yeah. So what are you doing for Valentine's Day?
So I play tonight, and then tomorrow we typically do a little Valentine's Day thing with my parents, where my mom will make a meal. We go over to her house, and she kind of like makes nicer stuff, whether it's like steak or like chicken or something. Then my grandparents come over. It's always been kind of like a family tradition.
So it's like a family thing.
yeah, it's like a little
That's
cute
beautiful.
family thing.
I
And
love
then
that.
like Morgan and I will go do something Sunday night. We're kind of this year has gotten better of us, where it's just like since the year started, we haven't felt like we've caught our feet yet. And so we might just go do like something like she's really big in aquarium, so I thought about taking her to go see Wonders of Wildlife again and just kind of go
fun.
do that.
Man, speaking of another wonderful thing to do in Springfield, if you haven't been to Wonders of Wildlife Aquarium, awesome. That's a great Valentine's Day there. Nothing says I love you like staring at a fish behind glass.
Seriously.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
I mean,
all right.
Yeah.
Turns out it's not a menu. You can't just go up and say, I want that one.
They don't have any
No,
hot
but-
crisp fish there at the aquarium though. You got to go
No
to
hot
Corn
crisp
Crisp
fish.
for that.
Say
Well-
that 10 times fast.
We probably need to jump off. There's a
I
line of
suppose
folks
so.
up there. Thank you all
All
so
right.
much for watching. Don't forget Chords and Coffee tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Time on YouTube.
Free cupcake with every Wood Library purchase. Come see us tonight. Woo!
Yep. Stay saucy, friends. All right.
Later, y'all.
Yep. We'll see you. Bye.